It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your folk B-High. Radio, shouting, stepping in the building. I got an A-Town legend in this thing. Big Gipp, what's good with it, my dog?
What's happening? What's happening with you, bro? This Gipp, E-Point, Southside, fuck Trump. Yeah. This the first time in music history that the music doesn't match with what's going on.
See that?
And that's something, and that's wrong.
We're gonna talk about that too, because
that's wrong.
That's real.
That's wrong, my nigga. Like, we ain't came from the fields where our music represented us in slavery, through the civil rights, through the hippie shit with the black rock and roll shit with Jimi Hendrix. And I feel like, you know, Jimi Hendrix, even though he was motherfucking, he was really fighting for this war. You know what I mean? So when you look at shit like this, like, we ain't always stood with a purpose. Like, what happened to our purpose? Is our purpose now just to be millionaires with no voice?
What do you think about that, though, Gipp? Because I think it takes courage to have a voice. And like I say, to this day, right now, when I'm riding around town, I got to pop in my soul food just to help me understand what the hell's going on now.
Yeah, but the you know, what I learned is these kids, first of all, you can't blame them because they came up in an era that has changed the world. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, damn, dog, like, y'all really came out in the era of the Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? My nigga, like, so when you look at that and you be like, yo, like, these kids came up where they can talk to a kid from California and Japan. It's like, they whole shit is totally different, and the shit that they probably wouldn't fuck with, they open to now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, shit, my nigga, like, Tyler, the Creator, get just as much money as goddamn me.
Yeah.
You just got to goddamn be into what Tyler into. But you go to L.A., my nigga, and catch him on Fairfax, man, he gonna pull up in that Ferrari and get them skateboards out, and them niggas gonna look like some real white boys.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But he got money attached to it. You know what I mean? But his creativity and where he's going with his music is what's the dope part of him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I love Meek. I love what he doing. You know what I mean? I love it. I love what these cats doing, you know what I mean? But I just be like, do y'all think about longevity? You know what I mean? Like, if I could put your first album on and sound just like the second one sound just like the third one, it's like, fuck, man, have we grown, or are we just the same motherfucking mind with a little more money?
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And that's cool, you know what I mean? One thing that I've learned in this whole business, my nigga, I don't care who you is, how hot you is. Hey, man, I don't watch motherfucking Mike Tyson go through 400 million. So until y'all niggas goddamn do that one, like, hey, man, y'all ain't got no money. Y'all got the trinkets of the game. Y'all really got, and all y'all want the same trinkets. You gotta remember, even in our time when we came up, my nigga, like, Atlanta was about being fresh and original. It's like, now, it's like, my nigga, one nigga go buy a Protect watch, everybody go buy one. It's like, man, god dang. Everybody go get a bust down. It's like, nigga, when we around here wearing Rolexes, niggas didn't have them on. I don't win sold, man. Like, man, take these shits, man. Like, I sold 2 of them in L.A. Like, take these shits. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, now it's like, now niggas tell you, oh, nigga, you got on goddamn motherfucking Rolex, but you better stand over there in the $50,000 circle over here. This the $100,000 over here. It's like, okay, so now we dividing each other about what jewelry we got on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, nigga, I got a new car. You can't park no old shit by mine. Okay. That shit gonna get old, too.
Come on now.
It was old soon as you drove without a light. You know what I mean? So when you look at shit like that and you hear people say stuff like that, and you like, man, come on, man, Lil Yacht, I knew your daddy when he worked at LaFace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's cool. It's cool. Everything cool, but I just look at it also as that, hey, man, like, being the leaders of the kids and not saying nothing, it's like, okay, are these leaders? What are they?
I think folks are scared to lead now.
Niggas scared to lead because there's so many niggas just goddamn gonna chop them down for trying to stand up against what the system. It's like that's all I've known ever since I came in the game, my nigga. Like they didn't like us when we came in, my nigga. So everybody being honky dory and happy and slapping hands, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know they don't fuck with you for real. Yeah. On all levels. You just stop making that money. Stop making that hit. Boy, you can't get them folk on the phone. Yeah. You call right up there. Who? Oh, tell me hit me back next week. I'll be in the office next week. so it's like, you know, when you watch that, you like, come on, my nigga.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Yeah. And then it's great for niggas to see what they did to LA, man. Hey, man, all you niggas walking around here think you gonna be Kevin Loud or somebody like, boy, get loud about these artists. Boy, they gonna fire your ass in the morning. Don't be trying to act like you somebody now. You just a part of the team.
Yeah.
When in the 90s, you could say, man, they go Mark Pitts. They go goddamn motherfucking goddamn Dane. They go Suge. Yeah. They go Reek. They go motherfucking goddamn. The niggas that really did this shit, put the shit together, you seen them niggas. Man, Mike Karen told me I ain't started listening to motherfucking rap music. I was in college, out my mama them house. So you the most powerful motherfucker over here? Oh, you found Trick Daddy? Okay. You found T-Pain? Oh, okay. But if you listen to them talk, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I remember when Flo Rida walked on Nelly Bus and gave him that record. You made Flo Rida? He was rapping. I mean, nigga walked 5 miles to meet Nelly. Whew. Nigga told that man, I walked to see you. Can you just take my CD? You know what I mean? So when I see Flo, I'm fucking with Flo. I watch Flo like that shit, man. Ain't nobody fucking with me. You know what I mean? I watch when them niggas sent Nelly the goddamn the Get Low record, and he was like, man, apple bottom jean. Hey, Murph, you like this? Murph was like, shit, I like it. Shit me, he ain't move fast enough. Before when he put Flo Rida on that motherfucker, and the story is over. 100 million records sold after.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. You got artists out here sold 100 million singles and ain't never sold a gold album. How? Bro, like I'm just saying, like how? Like how you do that? How you got to sell 100 million but then your album didn't connect? That's because they ain't wanted to.
And then I'm going to say this, though, Gipp. When it comes to that music, maybe folks ain't saying nothing that's resonating with regular folks, man. Because at the end of the day,
everybody rich.
Everybody rich, man.
Everybody rich, my nigga. And then it's almost like you can go back to some of these artists, old posts for their hair money. They fuck them niggas. I wouldn't be looking like that in them clubs. Nah, you look just like that nigga you talking about.
Yeah.
You look just like him. Because if you don't act like that, you ain't hip. You know what I mean? So that's why when you look at shit, you just be like, man, I do it for another reason. You know what I mean? And then when Bun told me the other day, you know, we sitting in the studio and Bun they say, Bun, why you ain't social media? I don't fuck social media. That shit be fucking up nigga families, right?
Yeah.
So they said, well, shit, how you gonna push your album? He said, God damn it, like I pushed all the rest of them. Put it out and go to the radio and do what I do.
That's right.
Any extra, I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
Social media, that's for entertainment.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't entertaining. And you got to think about it, bro. Like 4 or 5 years ago is when you walking up in labels and niggas, like right now, you walking a label, nigga tell me, oh, how many followers you got?
Yeah.
What does Facebook look like? Shit, do anybody look at this live stream? It's like, that's how y'all goddamn motherfucking signing niggas now? That's how y'all signing niggas off. I thought you could go to Bank of America and buy followers and buy numbers.
They gaming that.
Come on, bro. So
it's a money game now.
When you look at that shit, you like, man, it's about hype. It's about hype, bro. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with when you go into an actual session now with the youngsters that's different from how I learned how to do it. You know, I remember the first time we went in the studio, I went with Organized Noise, and they was in the studio with Babyface. Babyface just sitting in there listening to a whole bunch of records. You know what I mean? And we was in there just trying to we was in there trying to rap. He was like, hey man, what y'all rapping for? We were like, shit, we just trying to get our shit. He said, hey man, the way I was taught, you don't even write the verses till you get the chorus and the hook together. Never heard that before. Chorus and the hook is the meat of the song. Yeah. Verses, that's just
extra.
That's extra, you know. And then from that time, it was just like, okay, shit. But then when you walked in the studio with a Future and 3000, Shawty gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
How he do it? Shawty gonna be like, okay, what we talking about? What's the subject matter? You know what I mean? Nah, you know what I mean? You watch the young niggas be like, shit, ain't no subject matter. We gonna go off and then go in there and go off. That's it.
Talk to me about this though, Gipp, because see, with you being a legend and great in your own right, being around greatness wasn't nothing new to you. Folks like 3 Racks, Pimp C, Goodie Mob, Organized. I mean, see, the Goodie. How do you know when somebody got it or they ain't got it?
Because they walk in their own confidence. You know what I mean? Like, Lil Uzi Vert got it. Thug got it. You know, confidence. I mean, confidence in what you do. You know what I mean? I know that anybody can have the rawest talent and can have the best talent, but it's the tricks in the trade of the game or the music business that either, you know, makes an artist strong or it weakens them. You know what I mean? Because, you know, an artist can have all the confidence in the world of what he doing, and then here you go, these motherfuckers out the office get the goddamn twisting and turning shit. Now you got them questioning what you doing. Now your shit ain't all because they steady looking over there talking about, hey man, we need a record like that. When we came in, it was like, hey man, we don't sound like nobody, nigga. Like, nigga, you listen to the Wu-Tang, nigga, you don't sound like me. Like, that was the rule of the day then. I just think that music itself, everybody bite us. Everybody bite us, and it's cool. It's all right. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't all right when I came in. You could not sound like nobody else. You could not use nobody else cadence, flows, nothing. Yeah. And I just think that once we get that's why, to a certain extent, Kendrick and Cole on a plateau by themselves right now, because they understand true hip hop and true expression is not bottled up in a 3-minute song for radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like, to a certain degree, those artists right now are the pinnacle of the game. You know what I mean? I can't take nothing away from Drake. You know what I mean? Drake came in, and Drake, nobody's been able to, you know, sometimes when you come in as a new artist, man, these people get on you, got to do a record for him, hook for them. Sometimes that burn an artist all the way out. Yeah. And they were leaning on Drake to keep that label going for a little while, and he pulled that label all the way through Wayne's time in jail, and goddamn, man, had 10 more years of some goddamn hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether he got help or not, they hits.
That's right.
And that's the difference. But it's like right now, it's like, think about the song Stay Woke. Yeah. That record was a hit record, but since then nobody know who it was, Childish Gambino wasn't popular.
Yeah.
You know, before the TV show. You know, think about it now. The song ain't got popular after the TV show, the awards, everything. Now the song just ain't got popular. He been did that first. You know what I mean? And now the business of TV is saying, hey man, you gonna put that music down now. You know what I mean? Because you done fucked around and went platinum in TV. So you don't have no time to do no music. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just about what you want. And he a great artist. Dude a great artist, you know what I mean? And talented. You know what I mean? To me, like, The only one, he's the last one since Pop that could take that shit on TV like that and really pull it off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The last one since Pop. You know what I mean? So you got to give him his props right now, and for standing up in for hip hop. And you know what 50 doing? You know what I mean? What I've just learned at this point in my career, man, I'ma tell the truth. Ain't nothing them folks do to me. I don't work for no label, and half y'all niggas ain't gonna be working for them in goddamn 8 months. So you know what I mean? so like you gotta look working for the label now, boy. That's a revolving door.
Yeah.
Man, them folk ain't with you, man. You in there for a minute and try and act like you somebody. Them folk gonna cut your company card off and you gonna be back at the crib. Like a lot of us are. Everybody back home, man.
What do you think about the industry though, Gipp? You know, and how it's changed over the years. From the A&R and back in the day to the point where, you know, when the artist hit the stage, they was ready to go. Nowadays, it's kind of like with the internet, it kind of eliminated the gatekeepers. It allows the people to come straight out of the streets and come with it, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
It's good and bad, man, because everybody not supposed to grow in front of your eyes. You know, like the reason why music ain't the magic it used to be because everybody can look into and see how we make the magic.
Yeah.
The reason why it ain't no stars because shit, man, they in Instagram all day and they all in your life, and if you don't do it, then your label telling you ain't being goddamn cool with your fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like to a certain extent, they want us to be quiet, be tools of the game, because it's only a few people at the top that's really running this shit. You know what I mean? Right now, this shit is so corporate that they don't need music people anymore because everything corporate. Mm-hmm. So why do I need a L.A. Reid?
Yeah.
Why do I need a Sylvia Rome? Think about it. I mean, we all watched Defiant.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy Iovine took his favorite and left the game and showed him something else.
Yeah. Ooh.
See, it's cool when they can use you for what they want to use you for. Mm-hmm. It's cool. They'll share the money with you. You just got to have something they want. But what does that tell us? Again, we ain't free. We can only get to that other money unless one of them standing with us.
And see, that's
hold up.
That I wanted you see what I'm saying? That was one of the questions that I had, though, Gipp, because when it comes to us working together and really being able to aggregate everybody in the community to get that money, because when I see folks that have been successful, it feels like the folks that truly experience liberation and success at the same time are those that get the money generated directly from the community. And those that might go about it the corporate way,
they ain't got no heart.
They ain't talk to me.
They can't have no heart. They can't have no heart because that platform was damn near given to them, and they was put into that place. I mean, you can look at this shit, man. Look at this shit, man. You have somebody on a goddamn crazy ass TV show. Next thing you know, they got a hit record. It's like, man, they going for popularity now because they feel like, hey, man, the records ain't selling anyway, so I think it's going after everybody who popular. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, man, don't you know that just like selling crack, baby, once the goddamn shit burn out. You know what I mean? Because it's how you came into it. It's like, man, I've been jumping on planes and jumping on buses since I've been 17 years old trying to do this shit. You know what I mean? So it's a difference for me. You know what I mean?
What goes through your mind, though, Gipp, when you look back over your career, man, and you think about all of the different artists that you work with and all the different places that you done seen and the music that y'all brought to the game, man, and the lives that y'all changed at the same time, man?
It's a great feeling, and that's why I'm cool with what I've done. Like, I'm not, and I want to tell all the young dudes now, man, like, Gippy ain't got, everybody know, like, if anybody mess with the young dude, everybody know Gippy do it, you know what I mean? So, I ain't tripping, you know what I mean? But, you know.
Which is my joint.
My thing is,
you feel
and they got so mad at me about that, man. But see, that's what I mean. Like, it's always been like, we can do something And people like, oh, we ain't ready for that yet. And then we watch somebody else do it and they ready for it. You know what I mean? When I tried to be, it was real hard for me to try and go from Goodie Mob Gipp to a solo Gipp because people wanted me to, my outfits and things that I used to do on stage was so outlandish at the time and so rock and roll for real that people wanted my music to sound like that. But it was like, dude, like, I'm going to go stand in Magic City with a monkey hat with some monkey hair pants on. Like, because I knew that I was straight from these streets. Like, niggas knew me from the streets. My first concert in Atlanta, dude, was on Stewart Avenue, and I opened up for Sammy Sam, the Hitman.
Yeah.
With Big Oom, you know what I mean? Like, so for me personally, like, it doesn't matter to me. I just hope that these kids get something out of it because it's like, come on, man, the 360 deal, man. Once these people ain't fucking with you, now they own your name, your music, everything. They own everything. Everything.
What do you think they should do now then rather than sign them 360s though?
It's depending on who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you turn around and you look at an artist like Tech Nine and you like, shit, hey man, he out here doing the work, selling the t-shirts, going home.
Yeah.
If I don't make no radio, cool. The venue's gonna be sold out.
Yeah.
That was the whole architect of the music business in the first place. Do your shows, sell your merchandise, go home.
Yeah.
Now that there's so much other extra shit to come along with it, these people feel like, hey man, if I'm not owning any of that music, your merchandise, and now I don't want no more 50 cents M&Ms and people like that.
Yeah.
You niggas might sell one good record and tell me to go to hell for the rest of my life. Cause y'all ain't made all the money in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the label at the end of the day said there's a loss.
Yeah.
Cause now you got them on like
cap.
50 and did 10 million. Fuck y'all, I go do this, do that, that, the other, and still I'm still right here in your face. They don't want that to happen no more. You know what I mean?
Right. What do you think about Pimp C, man? Because it's about to come up on 10 years that the pimp been gone, man. Could you talk about y'all relationship and y'all being able to work together in the game and just being homies in the game, man?
Me and Pimp, we started early, man. Like after they first album, Too Hard to Swallow, man. Them niggas just showed up at the dungeon one day. Like with Mama driving. All three of them niggas had on Dickies. You know what I mean? Mama had on Dickies, Pimp had on Dickies, Bun had on Dickies. I tell you, y'all ain't never met nobody from Mama against this. Her, man, that lady wore boxers. She ain't wear panties. That man, Miss West wore boxers. You know what I mean? So it's like we went from there to Pimp really loving Atlanta to, yo, call me one night, yo, nigga, I'm moving to East Point. I'm coming where you at. I said, what? moved in some apartments on Virginia Avenue, and they across from the graveyard. Yeah, and I pulled up like, hey man, across from the graveyard, Virginia Avenue. You know, it wasn't right back then. You know, so like, then the next thing you know, they did the next album. Me and him always was together. You know what I mean? Then they dropped the next album. Pimp went back to Texas. Bun came here. So Bun stayed here for about a year. Pimp started getting in trouble down in Houston, started going off. That's when he shot the manager and things. You know what I mean? So Bun was like, I'm going back to Texas, you come to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So he get back to Atlanta, he bought a house on Mableton. So the whole time they was doing, what was the one with One Day You Here? Next Day,
Dirty?
Yeah, when they were doing that album. They did that whole album, man. I mean, Pimp went to New York, met with Jai, came back, and he played the album for me on VHS tape. Because back then, he was always scared of the engineers and everybody stealing the music.
Yeah.
So what he would do, he would go master the album on a VHS tape. Because he knew niggas would walk in his room, and they would never know that the album was right there, but they are still everything else trying to find the album. You know what I mean? So, and that was the first time, man, Pimp showed me how they screwed. You know what I mean? Like he was like, "Yo, Gippy, let me show you how to do it." And he went over there to to the stereo and he took the back off and he turned some down. I'm like, what the hell you doing back there? You like, man, I'm screwing it. You know what I mean? So that was the thing. He was like, I turned the pitch down to play the music slow. He said, that's how I know the words right. That's how I can hear this, hear that. And I never, knew why he did that. He just had his own little recipe of how to put records together, man. And he was just the greatest, dog. Like, he called me the whole time he was locked up, man. Like, that whole shit that happened when, Judge was on some bullshit, man. Gave that man 8 years for that bullshit, man. That shit was bullshit, you know what I mean? For not going to a class or some shit, man. Put that man in prison over some shit like that. So that really took a toll on him. You know what I mean? Took a toll on him, and it was hard for him, man, because he had just got them. He had just really started moving around, and when he came home, he was kind of like, man, what we gonna do now? I mean, when Bun went to New York, he was like, man, I'm gonna go fuck with Jay-Z. And Pimp came back to Atlanta, got a mansion out there in North Point, out there up 400. So we out there at the house, and I remember Bun calling the house. He said, yo, man, just recorded a record with goddamn Jay-Z, nigga. Boy, I think this the one, shawty. And I remember Pimp saying, man, I don't fuck with that, man. Man, I don't fuck with that, man. I don't know why you messing with that, man. That country rap tune around here, man. You know what I mean? So he was snapping on Bun like, oh, nigga. This was so funny that Bun was up there when the car got broke into and the music got stolen, nigga got stabbed. You know what I mean? All that was going on at the same time. Damn. So Jay go to jail. You know what I mean? Yeah. We sitting here, we at the mansion, we sitting here watching this shit. We like, hey man, damn, lock Jay-Z up. You know what I mean? So we sitting there, we like, you got to do the record, my nigga. You got to get on the record. And he went and jumped on the record, man. And it was so funny because the whole time they say, Bun called and say, man, we gonna do the video in Trinidad. And I remember Pimp like, man, they ain't going to Trinidad. Fuck, I'm going to Trinidad for Gipp. You know what I mean? So Bun over in Trinidad doing the video. They waiting on this nigga all day. He ain't coming. He like, hey man, check this out. I got an idea. I'm going to go to Miami. I'm going to call me a snow bunny, and I'm going to park my Benz on the beach. We're going to shoot my shit, put it in the video, and we good. Hey, man. Man went and shot his own video to another nigga song. You know what I mean? Hey, man, then pull no punches, my dude. Like, I ain't seen that man do some of the wildest shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the first time I ever met Bootsy and Webby, he had him. He had him with him. That's when he went down there and said, man, I'm going to come up with him. I'm going to do me a label, man. Label. I got these two little boys out of Baton Rouge, man. I think they eat. I said, who is he? He said, Bootsy and Webby. And I was just like, damn, okay, there's some flashy names. Okay, I'm going to remember them. But, it was funny that when I met them, they were still like little kids. You know what I mean? Like I did Pimp House. So I was kind of like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like kids, you know what I mean? But it was just him knowing and I always wanted to mess with the most hood and the most ghetto to teach him game, you know what I mean? And I think that's my biggest, it has always been my biggest thing with the ones they say so big. They never got nothing to say. Yeah. You know what I mean? How y'all niggas get so much success and so much money and then you quiet as a mouth. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, okay, so what this tells me is that once them people come put their arm around you and say, hey man, you the guy, man, you can't even speak on that no more. It's almost like you separate yourself from the actual crowd that put you there. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's made us survive so long. Because, hey man, one thing that it proved to me when Outkast did that Outlast Outkast 3 days in Atlanta, sold that motherfucker out, man. Man, I'm telling you, man, some millions made, man. It's a lot of money made, man.
Yeah.
Millions, double figures, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that let me know how powerful our music was and how much we did for humanity.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That's what we did for the South. That's what we did for the city of Atlanta. You know, because then those 3 nights in Atlanta, man, we had people from all over the world came to see us.
But see, I gotta ask you this though, Gipp. When it came to them times in the studio, did y'all feel like that was the stuff that Legends was made of, that y'all was laying down
Like,
in that booth?
like Didi said, I really do feel like we knew when we finished Outkast album in Bosstown, we knew we had something that nobody had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our Goodie Mob shit, the last 2 songs we recorded was Dirty South and Cell Therapy.
You better shut your mouth.
Those were the last 2 songs.
Are you serious?
The last 2 songs. Those are the last 2 songs of Soul Food before we closed that album out.
The hit single and the song that changed the name of the South?
Yeah, Thought Process was already done. Soul Food was already done. But Goodie Bag was already done. Only thing we didn't have, recalls was like, yo, man, Breeze got a record. And by the time I got to the studio, Breeze had already laid his down, so it was easy for me to get on there and do that because me and him grew up together, you know what I mean? So, but Cell Therapy, we just didn't know. The beat was so different. It was just so different. It was doom, doom. We just didn't know. We were just like, we love it. We love it. And we talking some gangster shit on here, but we didn't know what it was going to do to the streets. And it was apparent what it did because as soon as it hit, I remember us getting a letter told by LaFace, MTV banned y'all. You know what I mean? So, when I look at the success of Goodie Mob, man, it was nobody ever on our team. You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody ever. I remember us being in LaFace at the time when our album coming out, and niggas in LaFace talking about DMX and everything going on in New York, and we sitting up here like, man, like, who are these niggas, man? Like, we from Atlanta, man. Y'all need to even tell nothing about DMX, man. Like, and there wasn't nothing wrong with that because it was on both sides. Because at the time, Def Jam was trying to sign Leo Cohen again. Was trying to sign Cujo and Timo. He loved Cujo. Leo Cohen loved Cujo. He wanted that, and we went to New York. And this is how bad Cujo was. We went to New York. Leo Cohen wanted to meet with him and Timo to try and get them to sign as red and meth type thing from the South.
Yeah.
On Def Jam at the time. Same time, I remember Tommy Hilfiger called and wanted Cujo to be an underwear model.
What?
Damn sure did, like Marky Mark.
Now, we know that Pimp C didn't fuck with Hilfiger.
At all.
But what happened with that, though, with Cujo and Timo?
He said, fuck all that. Joe was on that. Joe, we were just like, fuck everything back then, man. We were just about Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at that point, and at that time, we just felt like, okay, to us at that time, that was the first attack. They were coming in C-Load day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Day one, they were coming in low. You know what I mean? I was just always too weird for people then, cause they were like, shit, niggas show up in a big old, all these clothes, a Cadillac, and scary niggas, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just an oxymoron to them. You know what I mean? Cause I was just like, okay, he cool with all the street niggas, but he can hang out with the weirdos, and because my wife at the time, Joy, was so into that world. You know what I mean? Like I was catapulted into that fashion shit and all that shit fast. She was a Calvin Klein model.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So all that what I watched, they didn't do the Future, ASAP, right? I was the first. I just didn't want it. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, I do this myself.
What goes through your mind, though, Gipp, when y'all were presented with those different opportunities, as they say?
We always knew that it was cool but we knew what our mission was. Like you think about it, if they had been successful at breaking us up, it wouldn't have been no Still Standing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what we was concerned about. We was recording Still Standing when we did the Organized Noise Bad Boy weekend.
Yeah.
Reek them was outside playing Puff them on the basketball, and we was inside recording Fly Away. You know what I mean? We just always was the ones that was like, we ain't the motherfucking, we the fools. You know what I mean? That's how the Goodie Mob was. It's like, people gotta understand, Goodie Mob name was already ringing in the street, man, because of the things we did protecting outcasts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The things and the people who got hurt trying to mess with us. Then we were fresh out the streets. We ain't had no motherfucking, no breaks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The neighborhood right now that's popping with all the stars, which is over there by the pen, that was our neighborhood.
Yeah.
That was our neighborhood. That's the original birthplace of the Dungeon. So when you look at it now, you talking about Bank them, Day, Future, everybody come out there, Kirkwood, all the way back to the city, the east. Man, that was our, you know what I mean? So when you think about it, when we came in, we was representing the roughest side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's that, west side on into the east side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's the heart of the city.
You know, we used to go to Foxy Lady.
Yeah.
We ain't have it to go to Magic City. We go Foxy Lady, shorty. That was DJ Smurf hung out, and that was Smurf always told me, hey, Gipp, every record I ever blew up, I went to Foxy Lady first.
See that?
I work for Foxy Lady, and I move on out. Y'all got me on the Rainbow, Pleasers, like all that shit was jumping in. You know what I mean? So Smurf would just work them outside markets. Like I wouldn't even, you know, he'll hit Nicky's on Stewart.
Yeah.
But that was that was the only thing like that then.
Yeah.
Nicky's on Stewart is really what birthed a gentleman club downtown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause I mean, like, hey man, Pac was at Nicky's on Stewart Avenue, baby. That was Pac hanging out the bin, spitting at it with the two thumbs in there. You know
crazy.
what I mean? He had on the thug life goddamn jumpsuit with thug life across it, hanging out the bin, giving niggas like this still with it. We was out in the parking lot, he was thugged out. You know what I mean? So it's like those times, I know that you can't never get them times back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the hit 'em up time, y'all being in the studio and hearing that thing first, man. What was going through your mind in there?
I knew somebody was gonna get killed.
Damn.
I knew it. Like when Pac played that record, man, it just chilled. My hair stood up on the back of my neck. Cause I was just like, damn, dog, I ain't never heard nobody talk about a man wife like this. I was just like, hey man, I done fucked your wife, and I was in there like, oh man. And what's so gangster about it, he had left out sitting at the board with him, so she was like, yeah. Hell yeah, shawty, you going off. so you know, him and Left Eye was sitting at the board drinking tall cans of Old E, like it was 85. You know what I mean? And we walked in, we were like, oh, Cujo loved it off top. Like, oh, that's goddamn ghetto. You know what I mean? That's my drink. You know what I mean? So I was kind of like, wow. So he was like, yo, Gipp, check this out. I just recorded, check this out, but I got something for them niggas over there. I'm like, okay. And he hit the button, bro. When he hit that button, I just remember I just walked outside. I was seeing Dabs and Corrupt was in the next room. And I mean, I'm just walking outside like, man, this about to be some shit. And I felt that way because, you know, Puff was here. Like, Puff was here. Puff was always in Atlanta kicking it with Dallas, getting his game from Dallas at the time. You know what I mean? How do I do this, Dallas? How I go work goddamn Clyde to do this? So I'm knowing Puff. Puff first niggas we picked us up in New York. Take us to Branson and get weed. You had to be a real New York nigga to know who Branson is. Yeah. That man got rich a long time ago and left. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? When you think about that, you like, yo, man, like, Puff always been here with us. You know what I mean? Puff always been here with us. Suge always been here with us. Suge, my dog. Yeah. I ain't never had no problem with Suge. You know what I mean? Because I always let him know, hey, man, hey, big fella, Ain't gonna be no slapping around these country boys now. I don't care. You might be over there slapping on them niggas, man, but you don't slap on us, boy. We gonna shoot you, Britt, boy.
Exactly.
They might take it and have to go back home with you, but hey, man. And that was our thing back then, man. Like, our thing. Now, I remember the first time we performed in Tampa, Florida, bro. We was brought down there for Warren Sapp birthday party. And Tampa Tony. It was Goodie Mob and Tampa Tony for Warren Sapp birthday party, and they maced the club. They tried to lock up Sapp. They tried to lock us up. And that's when and after we left there is when they locked up Tampa Tony, and I was like, damn, he was like Meech down there. You know what I mean? So, that's the first time that I started like seeing like, okay, the police filing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, we actually were getting followed by the feds, man. And like, that's what people don't understand. Like, dog, we were going through shit. Back then, you couldn't even see it. You know what I mean? It wasn't no Twitter. It wasn't no way to talk about it. You just come downstairs and see the black cars. You know what I mean? And be like, You know what I mean?
Yeah, what was going through y'all mind, though, man? Because, see, when y'all were dropping that music, a lot of that stuff was controversial, and it was bucking the system at the same time. So now you got these hip-hop police trying to, infiltrate and figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how did y'all protect yourselves? And, I mean, how did y'all maneuver through those situations?
Most of the time, we did what we had to do and got out of town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we had a few incidents on the road where, gunplay was involved. You know what I mean? So it was a few instances. Florida, you know what I mean? I mean, we got into it in Little Rock, Arkansas. I mean, we got into it in San Diego. I mean, it was the first time all us toured together was like the Outkast, Goodie Mob, and Youngblood, the Coca-Cola tour.
Ooh.
That was a rough tour because it was like, shit, we got some places niggas was fucking with Outkast. I remember Dre got into it. Dre jumped out and did somebody in San Diego. Then we got to L.A. and all the Crips showed up, and all the Crips, they came to our motherfucking dressing room and they were like, hey, man, like, we cool with y'all. But, hey, man, y'all got some niggas with y'all name. Youngbloods, like, hey, man, we 10. I mean, them niggas brought all the posters that had got put out around the venue. Them niggas brought them in and set them in our room. Say, you can't put this up. It's a Crip neighborhood. You can't put Youngbloods up on our motherfucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the first time I knew, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, this shit all the way serious. And people don't understand that. People go to L.A. now and they just be like, it's like, bruh, you couldn't even do that back then, bro. When you came in L.A. back then, you either stayed in the airport, by the airport, or you stayed in South Central. It was nobody staying in Hollywood. People from the rap game didn't stay in Hollywood till the Nelly era. J-Dem, it was like our first record. Once we got on Still Standing, that's when we started staying at the La Montrose. That's when everybody was at the La Montrose. That was when everybody was on their second record. We like, hey, nigga, we in the game. We here, boy. You know what I mean? But before then, nigga, it was the Holiday Inn, boy, at the airport. You know what I mean? You go to New York, Holiday Inn on 8th Street. So just to watch the game graduate to where it's at now, you looking at the young kids, they getting hey, man, y'all better slow down on them private planes. That gonna mess your money up, man. It look good. It's cool. It's you cut out all the inconvenience. Yeah. But when them 50s and them 35s start coming back, that's 50 and 35 one way. You know what I mean? You go to L.A. from here on the G5 and I 50.
See that?
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it look cool. It look cool for the camera. Just wait 5 years, see if it's still cool. You know what I mean? We're gonna see. You know what I mean? But as far as music itself, I'm just gonna keep recording. We're gonna keep recording, and man, y'all might get another Goodie Mob album. Y'all might get some more albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we comfortable. Like whatever happens.
How do y'all feel when the fans though because I'm one of them.
Yeah.
That come with the pressure and say we need more. Where it's at? What's happening? When we gonna get another one?
I would say this. Only way it'd be another Goodie Mob album is L.A. Reid put it out. And that's just being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've tried it with everybody else, man. You just don't understand.
Yeah.
You just don't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried doing it with Atlantic. And at the same time, we're doing it with Atlantic. See, the rule with Atlantic is that we won't have that album for us. You record what you want, and then we're going to give you some records, and then we're going to balance this shit out, baby. We can always say we helped you get to the next plateau.
Yeah.
We don't want that kind of help.
Yeah.
And that and that in itself is a turn off to the industry at this point. Y'all niggas old. That's what they can say. You know what I mean? But I mean, okay, well, you know, okay, why you ain't calling Jay-Z old?
Speaking
Come
of
on,
Jay-Z,
y'all need. I use things like that because I'm like, look at the bias of shit, bro. Like,
what do you think that disconnect is between the OGs and the young folks, man?
It ain't no disconnect. It's just the disconnect of right now. The youngsters are building their roles and building their stories, and they just like us. They don't want nobody telling us what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean? But my thing has always been since the day I came in this game is to get around the OGs and learn. You know what to do, what not to do. You know what I mean? So it's just like this time. You know, even when I'm thinking. On our second and third album, I'm thinking I'm this, I'm that, and I go and get my license at Stonewall over there on the south side, get my license renewed, and I got there running the Chuck D standing in line. I'm like, damn. I'm like, Chuck, what you doing here? Gipp, I been staying down here. Hey, where you been?
Are you serious?
Come on, bro. Chuck stay on the south side.
What you think about Atlanta when folks come here and hide out, man? Because this city harbors a lot of folks just kicking it and having the time of their life.
Hey, man, Missy stay up 400. Like, hey, man, they all over the place. You know, I think it's great because really, I lived in LA for 5 years, man.
And what was that like for you, Gipp? And what was it that made you say, you know what, I need to change the scenery and I'm about to just go over here in West Coast live it for a little while?
Well, I'd always gone to the West Coast, you know, we'd always go. But when I was doing the records with Ali and Nelly, we stayed in LA. Like, that was one of Nelly goddamn hot spots. Boy, I'm talking about, boy, every record he dropped, boy, that thing was on radio out there, boy. They love Nail Dog out there. So I just stayed out there a lot, and, you know, I remember when Outkast did, what was that, the song they did with Sleepy, Can't Wait. And I was just like, man, I think we can stay out here a little while. And the first person stayed out there with 3. 3 was like, man, I'm about to stay out here. That's when he got on his health kick and all that. And he was like, man, all the little health food stores I can eat, I'm good.
Yeah.
So he was the first one to start staying out there. Then I moved out there with Nelly. We went out there, and then me and DJ and Sleepy had a house in the hills. And I left there, came back home. And then that's when Lo was like, yo, man, let's go do this voice shit. No, like, let's go. You know what I mean? So living in LA was always great to me because I was introduced to LA in them 90s on real LA. Like, our first radio run in LA was Goodie Mob, Dog Pound, and 666 Mafia.
Ooh.
So just imagine three white vans pulling up and everybody at their rawest then.
Exactly.
Corrupt them got a van full of Crips. We got the Goodie.
Yeah.
And Paul then was so Memphis then, it was just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, Paul then was just something else then. It was just something. You look over to them niggas be like, yeah, they gonna kill you. They gonna kill you, folks. You know what I mean? So it's like menacing. It was like, the great thing about LA is that, you know, when they took us through LA at that time, that's when rap didn't go to the stations. Yeah. You know what I mean? Our first performance in LA was at a record store in South Central with Corrupt and Daz, and watching how that gang shit got crunk fast. You know what I mean? So it's like our first street run, they probably don't even do that shit no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got in town, Took us to Slauson Swap Meet. Then we went to mom and pop stores all in South Central. Our last stop was Long Beach, at the where Snoop them did the famous video.
Yeah.
Knocked that out, bro. And it introduced us to real LA off top. See, I can go in LA and I know what not to do and what to do. You know what I mean? I see how everybody riding around here with the jewelry on. Man, you gotta understand, man. I ain't seen Shakira. I saw Shaq get robbed in LA. You know what I mean? I saw Shaq and the Bone Thugs and Harmony all laying out in the parking lot, face first, getting their jewelry took.
Whew.
And plenty of Bloods, plenty of Crips always came to us and said, y'all niggas always been off limits on both sides because OGs fuck with y'all because y'all put God in y'all music. Niggas know y'all what y'all run with, but y'all always put God in it. When y'all had, you know, the Serenity Prayer and stuff like that, that made OGs on both sides say, hey, man, them niggas smarter than what they might appear. You know what I mean? Because they put God in it, and every gangster know about God. You know what I mean? So with that, they knew we knew we understood.
When you say that, though, smarter than what you appear, how do you think that affected the game for y'all, too? Because, I mean, we all know that y'all was geniuses down here. You see what I'm saying?
They didn't like it other places.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't like it other places, man. I've seen, you gotta remember back then, man, we were the go-to for Teen Summit.
Yeah.
Goodie Mob was on Teen Summit down there every month, my nigga, and they got the first thing they do is speak, CeeLo. You know what I mean? Like, there's a time when niggas would just give us the mic and let us go.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time, that man had just lost his mama. His mind was just all the way about, okay, how I'm going to survive. To survive is to give good energy. You know what I mean? Survive is to tell the truth. So we all latched on to that because we all was living there with him. You know what I mean? So, you know, I look at everything that we go. I understand people's thing against me. You know what I mean? Because at that time, I was a protector. I was like, I ain't fuck with you. I ain't fuck with you. I didn't know you. I didn't know. I felt like anybody coming around, we ain't know. They ain't grow up with us. I ain't mess with. So Gipp was always looked at from a lot of outside people as, man, you don't fuck with Gipp. You know what I mean? Because he, you know, we be at Reek house. He walk in looking nigga like, what you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, because I felt like I knew that was going to start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because I was raised by an actual entertainer who stayed in my neighborhood, Jean Carn. She was like everything, you know what I mean? So I used to go to the concerts with Miss Carn and watch how the people would be on her. She would tell me, like, this gonna start, like, you become a star, you know, this gonna do this, you know. So she was able to teach us early, you know what I mean? Like, first time that lady took me somewhere, man, she took me to the Fulton County Stadium, and her daughter had her party with Jackson 5. So as a kid, I'm sitting there looking at this shit like, you know what I mean? And then I go back to her house and nigga Stevie Wonder come over there. In our neighborhood, it's East Point.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder come over there. Peebo Bryson was her cousin. So I got to see Peebo, you know what I mean? I thought that was a fly name as a child. Like, nigga, that ain't Peebo. You know what I mean? So it's like shit like that. I was just like, that's what lured me to it. The first time she ever took me to a concert was her and Peebo Bryson at Sensations.
Yeah.
So I'm in her dressing room as a child watching this shit. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, I want to do this.
What went through your mind when you looked up and you was doing it, though, man? Because, see, the visualization of it back then, you got your mind on the prize, your eye on the prize, but then you look up a few years later, you in the midst of it.
It was strange, but we were ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were ready, man. When we shot that Players Ball video, man, we all was just so excited and so just like, yo, man, we're ready for the world to see this shit, man. and I remember got there, Reek and 3 got in an argument that day about what he gonna wear. You know what I mean? And I remember when Reek was like, you gonna put on their braids. They gonna know we from Atlanta. And that shit stuck.
Talk to me about repping the A-Town too, Gipp, because, I mean, folks don't even do it like they used to do it. Back in the day, you knew what was going on. We
infiltrated now.
Talk to me.
We infiltrated. You know what I mean? We depend on all these out of towners coming here and stand beside us, act like they know us and know our music, man. Them man, folk don't know us, man. We infiltrated now, so now these kids can't say, man, fuck that. We standing with this one, half they crew from somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like we infiltrated, and that's why the music. That's why I'm saying. That's why everything to me is just on a theatrical scale, because it's almost like, okay, let's keep these niggas dumb down here. This the hot shit, dumb shit. You know what I mean? This the hot shit. Look at what they signing, bruh.
Yeah.
Everything is man, society throwaway. Not to us.
Yeah.
But look what they putting their money into now, man. Like everything that's goddamn damn near criminal at sight. Nothing that's soft, nothing that's, I mean, like we said, it's only one Cole, it's only one Kendrick. It's like, why is that? Why is that? As many great artists I know out here, like as many dope artists that's out here in Atlanta that got a whole nother story to tell, why they can't get on? You know why? Because it's easier to fuck with them, because fucking with them, all they want is the money.
Yeah.
All they want, that's all they talk about anyway.
Staying true to y'all truth and y'all core values and just having morals with the message that y'all was putting out. How tough was that for y'all coming out the gate with that? Actually saying
it wasn't
something.
even tough. It was what we had to do. It wasn't even tough. It was what we had to do. You know what I mean? Like how you come from this city that represented so much black change? Like, dude, like Maynard Jackson. Like I went to school with his son Buzzy. Like you know what I mean? I knew these people. Like to grow up and be in the same neighborhood as Andrew Young. Like everybody knew Bo. Like you know what I mean? Like we knew. So it's like going through these people. How man we used to cut school and be over these folk house.
Yeah.
Lil John, his mom and dad is a doctor and a lawyer. He was the real Huxtable, Lil John. He's the real Huxtable, for real, in real life. Yeah. So when we used to cut school, we'd be over Lil John's house. He'd be over there DJing and shit. We'd be all out in the front yard cutting school like a mug. You know what I mean? Doug and May. So for Lil John to be where he is now, I'm like, shit, that nigga was doing that shit in high school, huh? You know what I mean? So it's no surprise where he at. From JD, like, JD was one of the first people we took our tapes to trying to get on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Divine. Dog, I didn't tell you about that Divine, man. That boy was a superstar from where we come from, Red Oak on the East Point. Like, he was the first one around here hanging with Bobby Brown, coming through the hood with the photo drop top Benz, man. Like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? People got to get Bobby Brown the one really. Bobby and Whitney and L.A. Reid and Pebbles what turned this town out. Period. Them four there. Bobby, L.A., Pebbles, Whitney. Like they turned this town up.
See that? You
know what I mean? People don't give them the credit, but Bobby was the first one around here goddamn showing you what it looked like on that other level. You tell me, man, I just crashed the Rolls Royce and left that motherfucker like, damn, that nigga sold 15 million records. He could do that. You know what I mean? You gotta remember that year, him and Hammer were the only two records that sold them numbers. Hammer, Can't Touch This, Bobby, My Prerogative. And them two albums sold 15 million records that year.
Question though, Gipp. Coming from being a young man, growing up, then getting in the music industry, what was something that you saw that you didn't realize that was going to actually be a part of the game, though?
Just the inner. Each man's are learning each of our greed levels. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
Some people are more greedy than others. Some people cool with that. Some people ain't. Some people, you know, and at the same time, I only say that because it was always gonna be fueled by the industry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, you the greatest, you the best, you the best, you the best. No, us around each other make us the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just learning people's greed level, man. You know what I mean? Because you could be standing right beside somebody and man, they talking something else, and then them folks by themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. And and it's a difference, man. My situation different than a lot of people's situation. You know what I mean? That's why my greed level has been so minimal. You know what I mean? So for me personally, like in the game, man, I tell anybody, man, in the game right now, I'm proud of all the artists. Y'all do what y'all got to do. Save your money, man. Go on tour as much as you can. And I want to tell y'all, man, the time on top is so much shorter than the time it took to get there. Ooh. So enjoy the time it is on top, because it's always somebody next. You know what I mean? And never get addicted to the lifestyle, man. You know what I mean? Having a hit record and not having one, you gotta learn how to live between both. You know what I mean? You gotta have enough love in the streets where if you didn't have $1, you could, because you put out some good music and you said something good, somebody will feed you because you helped them out through music. So with that, I just say, don't look at us as your adversaries or your competition. It's like, dog, I'm not your competition. My bones already been made. And there's nothing you could do about that. Exactly. So at the end of the day, just know that your OGs did good by themselves. Well, we still eating, we still buying, we still flying, we still making. You know what I mean? We not what niggas left out of, like how I felt like how New York, okay, in the 90s, it felt like when that new 90s wave came through, they turned their backs on everything from New York, like from the Kane, the Rakim, Run DMC. Come on, man, I watched it. Y'all was like, them niggas ain't cool no more. Damn them niggas. And I just feel like black artists, listen, man, we are the only ones to try and toss our heroes to the side. And somebody told me this one time, say, man, it ain't cool to meet your heroes because they might not be who. It's like, no, nigga, they human. Exactly. They probably got up this morning, had their pajamas on, went to the store, you caught them in the plate. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, man, like, don't judge me because you caught me goddamn with my goddamn chill clothes on, my nigga. Like, that don't mean the nigga goddamn laying on the ground. You know what I mean? But that's all I'm saying. Don't play me like just because I ain't got no new shoes on right now. The up-to-date shit that we ain't goddamn cracking. Like, don't do with me like that, my nigga, because I'm not supposed to be going to your jeweler right now trying to goddamn battle you about who got on the most chain. I'm not. Exactly. If I'm doing that, call me lame then. You know what I mean? Nah. But when I'm watching all these grown-ass niggas that's just now getting into the game and they goddamn, like, I'm looking at this shit like, hey, man, like, okay, then that means that half these adults trying to relive their youth. That's why the music's so fucked up. You know what I mean? Because, okay, 1 minute you say, well, these niggas, they too old to rap. Well, them niggas just started. Them niggas just started, folks. Like, okay, so if you listen to that nigga and you telling me who a made nigga in this shit, one of the niggas reason why you can do what you doing. Exactly. I can't do it, but a nigga who might be older than me or same age, he just started and that's cool. Nigga, come on, man. See that? So my thing is just, let's take the bias out of it. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Bro, I would never say Prince was too old to do it. I would never say Mike was too old to do it. I would never say Lenny Kravitz too old to do it, bro. Because, hey, man, them niggas can perform in places 20 and 30,000 people that you will never go. Places you will never go. So respect your OGs on being them, doing what they doing, and not trying to do what you do. Yeah. You know what I mean? But and just because we ain't riding around in your shit or we don't post your album, we ain't got no problem with you, my nigga. Like, I don't know what the fuck, man. Y'all niggas getting into it about posting a nigga album. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this shit getting real girly, man, to me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so the actual bylaws that y'all live by, you can't understand why Trick Daddy feel the way he is. Because you didn't come from the time that Trick Daddy came in this. Yeah. Understand, man. I can't wait till they make this movie on Uncle Luke and the Two Live Crew so y'all can see how they used to treat them. You can see how people like Russ them didn't want them to perform. Yeah. People was motherfuckers saying they ain't shit, they ain't this, they ain't that. But they were the first motherfuckers on daytime TV, Donahue, before Run DMC.
And had his own independent label on top of that because he had to.
Why does it seem like everything that our heroes and did in the South people disregard? But everything that happened up the street, round the corner, is great. But then don't talk about what Jay Prince did for years. What Suave House did, Tony Draper, what L.A. did, what Luke did. Let's talk about Magic Mike. Like, man, when you ain't talking about that, why, what, we supposed to disregard our niggas and praise some niggas up the street? So that's why my crew has always been looked at as, them niggas they don't play the game. Yeah, we don't play the game. Sorry. We don't do no sucking and no goddamn lap dogging, bro. No, we don't. We go by, you can't whoop us. If you go up against us, you can't whoop us. You can whoop them other niggas. You can't whoop us. That's right. The best of them from up the street and the best of them from out west, we ain't never took a loss. Not this crew. You know what I mean?
Talk to me about the levels in the game and when things change, though, Gipp.
It's depressed. It's not depressing. It's really, I'm gonna tell you this, man. And I used to feel like it because it's like, but see what people don't understand, man. I quit for a little while, man. I quit. I was like, man, it was too many my knees dying, my nigga. Like it was too much. It was too much. You know what I mean? It was just too much, man. I didn't even want this shit no more. You know what I mean? That's what people don't understand. And all the youngins right now that's doing their thing, hey man, it's gonna come a day, you're gonna say, hey man, hell with y'all, leave me alone. You know what I mean? So that's everybody day gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just hope that you created enough real music that people gonna love forever, where you gonna be all right. But all the Jews are getting out of the music business because the music ain't worth what it used to be. What does that tell you? If all the Jews, they have the power, why are they leaving? Because the catalogs of all these new artists ain't gonna be worth nothing. So they rather right now go and take their money and buy Bob Marley catalog. You know, Mike, you know, shit that's gonna sell forever. Cause they know this ain't gonna do that. So at the end of the day, I just say this. Make sure you get your one or two that make your household name and live on, man, because it's all gonna slow down. And as fast as it started, when we wanted to get in that motherfucker so bad, it's gonna be a day and you're gonna ask them people to let you out.
Now, what was it like for you, Gipp, at the top and at the peak? And what was going through your mind?
It was just confusing, man. It was just confusing because, you know, we were getting told we great here, but then getting told we bigots here, and you know, we will beat the best they got. Other niggas still wind up on top. You know, we know we had the best records. We get beat by a compilation. I got the hook up.
Yeah.
Beat still standing. So when every time it was just, okay. You know what I mean? Okay. You know what I mean? And once you get that a couple of times, it's kind of like, this where we at. You know what I mean? That's why Goodie Mob always be the blue collar group. We always be cool with that. But understand this, my nigga. We ain't sold millions. He's made some money, and it's cool. He's just, now what you don't understand is when you grow your family, the money you used to have, you thought you had enough, it ain't enough. Once you had 2 or 3 kids, nigga going to school, you buying cliques. Hey man, the little bit that you used to have just for you and your girl and you kicking, woo, I got it, man. Good. Man, it's a different story. Yeah. Man, it's a different story, you know what I mean? So my thing now is just, my joy is just being able to watch all our kids come and see us all perform.
Yeah.
My baby, they go Uncle Dre, they go Uncle Big Boy, they go hey, and the babies loving this shit, bro.
Exactly. But them also getting a chance to understand the impact that y'all made because they wasn't there to experience it from that level.
See, after the Outcasts outlast, our kids know now.
Yeah.
After they seen that for 3 days.
What were they saying when they realized that it was real and that y'all was some gods in the city?
My baby, she know, but see, it's different for it's different. You know what I mean? It's different for my baby. You know, my baby, her auntie Erica Badu, her great godfather is George Clinton, her great uncle Lenny Kravitz, her other uncle Dallas Austin. It's like shit, my nigga. Like what? You know what I mean? She's over it. It's like she's over the superstar shit.
Yeah.
So it's like none of our kids really trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you know, I can't wait. I mean, everybody talking about the show, man. We gonna do this Wolf Creek. Everybody gonna get to see it one more time. So hey, man,
right.
It's all good for us. I ain't tripping. We gonna get up there and give you the hits, man. Make you go home happy.
Exactly.
You know, that's it. You know, and then we gonna keep living this life. But I look at it like this, man. You know, so many of the ones I came in the game with gone that I'm happy that I was able to survive all the things that happened back then. There's so much that happened back then that people don't know about. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was almost murdered one night. I had, man, they shot out all the windows in the car and I ain't get hit. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a lot of shit that I just be like, it's a purpose why I'm supposed to be here. That's why I talk. Yeah. And I say, because I know I could just be quiet and just let the game go. But I just like, shit, man, we ain't coming the game like that, my dude. Like, even if I got a hit record, you ain't gonna stop me from telling you what ain't cool and what is cool. Yeah. That's cool, you know what I mean? And I wasn't raised by a woman. I was raised by a man and a woman. But my father always taught me, man, and that's the difference between me and a lot of artists. A lot of these artists don't have family. They don't have real family. So when they get caught up in this music business and you see these folk out here going crazy, losing their mind, doing the Kardashian thing, turning into the sunken one and all that shit, it's like, man, you sit back and you watch that shit, bro. You be right up on it. You be like, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't been in the room. I'm just saying it's being around Big Bro Dallas. Like, in times I'd be with him and he got Madonna and her whole crew at the house, and you sitting there like, I don't belong. I'm a rapper. Yeah. That's when you understand. I'm a rapper, man. I rap, man. Y'all these this pop right here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just understanding that and having that edge, I'm cool with that, my dude. Like, I'm cool with going out like that. I'm cool with that because I be like, man, look what they did to these folk out here, man. Yeah. Look what they did. Look what they doing. They setting these folk up, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Look at all the big artists right now. They all got a scandal. The scandal is either gonna break you or the scandal makes you more of the tool for the industry. See? So what if you never put yourself in that position? I don't like y'all. Y'all won't fuck up. Do some dumb shit. Can we get you on some dumb shit? Nope. I ain't never gave you no dumb shit in 20 years. See, I got locked up one time. You know what I mean? So outside of that, you know, they ain't never been able to get me as far as just growing up and experimenting with the drugs and all that. We all go through that, man. Like, people don't understand, man. Like, when you on these buses, planes, and all this shit, sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need help, man, to get it done. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not saying, goddamn, that's what you go do. I'm just saying that's what it is. That's what real life is. Once you get past the fantasy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So everybody had their little things with that shit, man. You know, that's the game. They get you off. They throw the shit on you. You know what I mean? Whether you had a good time or not, you know, you didn't bounce back from it. But I didn't go crazy and kill myself. Look at these rock star folk. They hanging themselves. They hanging themselves because the world ain't the world they used to.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. They rich. What you rich? You rich and you hanging yourself? Damn. That's confusion.
Now my question is they really hanging themselves? Or is that just what it looked like? That's what scared me too.
Mike was killed. Yeah. Prince looked like he had help. He wasn't trying to kill himself. It looked like he had help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody who great, man, they get you out of here some kind of way. Y'all gotta look at it. And then the great ones that you just can't do nothing to, man, they threw the kitchen sink at George Clinton. He's still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's still here, man. So when you look at stuff like that, you like, you know what, Gipp? Pimp wasn't supposed to be here. He would have messed it up for everybody. Hey, Pac wasn't supposed to be here. Yeah. He would have messed it up for everybody. Big would have winded up being attacked. Yeah. New York would have turned on Big by now. Yeah. He wouldn't be so cool. He wouldn't have been the cool guy. Yeah. He would have been the big boy that just got in the door first. And there's some more other niggas right now with the muscles and the cuteness. Yeah. They would have played Big to the left. Yeah. Come on, man. They let another man blow all the way up using the man's lyrics for 2-3 years. Nobody ever said it was plagiarism.
Come on now.
So I mean, I'm just I can't help it because I'm real and I come from that shit. I can't help it, my nigga. Like if you want me to put a governor on this shit and be a fake nigga, then I let them other niggas do it. But yeah. but hey man, don't nobody want to hear them niggas talk. Niggas ain't got nothing to say. Most of them niggas scared to come outside because they ain't got no hit. Man, I don't need no hit, my nigga. I don't need no hit. How about that? I don't need no hit not to feel who I am.
Come on now.
I still got the same Cadillac you seen in Players Ball still in the garage. So at the end of the day, for me, hey man, you ain't changed me because I can still go out there and get in the same car I rode in this motherfucker and came in the industry with. I still got him. Just like Ludacris keep his little Acura. Hey man, something be real. That's why I get out. When I was just in LA, I'm like, man, I get in LA, I'm like, man, you know, me and Lo were the first Atlanta out of town niggas downtown LA. Now you go in LA, man. I go in my old neighborhood, Trinidad James right here, Poon Dad up the street, Speed up there. Yeah. Hey man, Atlanta in here, man. You know what I mean? So I look at that like, I'm not tripping. This thing we call life is a journey. Mm-hmm. You ain't supposed to be doing the same thing for the whole ride. You know? So at this point, I can say, hey man, I done did TV shows. I wrote a #1 book. I done been in plenty of movies. Yeah. Hey man, like, okay, I did it. Exactly. It's nothing else to do in the music business. Like, it's nothing else. You have a hit record, you waiting on the next one. Mm-hmm. If you don't do movies, your lifespan is shorter. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, that's all I'm telling Lo. That's all I'm telling my guys at the end of the day. It's like, hey man, niggas still tripping, man. We still ain't went and got the lab bag. That's the movie. Yeah. That's the movie, man. Like, man, don't trip on us. Y'all seen that goddamn Straight Outta Compton? We got one just as cold as that.
Ooh, it's time for that too.
That's it. You know what I mean? So my mind, when you look at Gippy, I'm like, man, I'm looking at Power, looking at 50 doing his thing. I'm praising people like Will Packard. Yeah. You know what I mean? People don't even know that's Spike Lee's nephew. Why you think it's going so smooth, baby? He got help. That Morehouse, baby. You know, so I look at things like that and say, hey, man, you're going to move off into another position. You're going to do other things. I'm fine. Goodie Mob still booking shows. Probably still making way more money than a lot of you niggas. One show. So I'm just saying that is to say, hey man, I'm all right. Don't never think you stunning on me, bro. Yeah. Don't never think you stunning on Gipp. I don't give a damn, bro. You know what I mean? Love you to death, but it still needs connected to me that I know you don't got that kind of money. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they ain't even tripping. Yeah. So it's like when you look at stuff like that, you like, man, all me and my niggas, we trying to get back to when we felt like we was in the dungeon. When we was like, hey man, nigga, like yeah, but it's hard. It's like shit. Our kids all grown now. We can get back to being us. Like, hey, nigga, what's happening? Can I come over there and hang out at the 12? You know what I mean? Your child going to college, nigga. We can goddamn come up with a song. It's like we back in them places again. So it's like for me, I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? I've watched the emergence of T.I. I watched Jeezy. I watched Titty Boy turn into 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
I watched Ludacris be Chris Lover and Ludacris. You know what I mean? Chris Lover and Poon Daddy on the radio and now he Ludacris. He TV star, he a movie star. It's like, man, look, man, we good. Everybody got white houses because they seen Reek White House, baby. Our imprint is all throughout Atlanta. Like, regardless of you got some money, them niggas got some money. Hey, man, they came over to the dungeon. Yeah. They did what I want. Get me a big old white mansion. Hey, man, come on, man. Our imprint is infinite. You know what I mean? It's like, I ain't tripping. I just be knowing all y'all niggas out here selling dope. That's cool. But y'all on the internet too with it. That's what's crazy. Like, I'm just like, so you niggas just gonna sell dope, rap, and be on the internet? Oh, it's a matter of time. Yeah. It's a matter of time. I mean, come on, man. Matter of time. You can't throw all that money around. Ain't nobody asking where your taxes coming from, folks.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, you was on there with about 200,000-300,000. How you do that? like that's what I'm doing. Like, you niggas don't know. Yeah. These people come fuck with you. They gonna come fuck with you. Now, it's all fun and games till them people show up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, and then it's a trip to me because niggas be like, man, y'all niggas been on, man, y'all niggas ain't hood, y'all. No, nigga, we had to stop. No. Yep. We couldn't 1 foot in, 1 foot out with LA. You couldn't. You was with him and Babyface. You was made people. You don't bring that around made people. Yeah. So the ones that was around us then, even they couldn't go certain places. Yeah. You know what I mean? Once you learn that, because it's like, hey man, if niggas fuck up, first thing they gonna do is look at the face cards. Yeah. We're gonna get the blame, we're gonna get the lawsuit. You know, go through that 1 or 2 times. You know what I mean? And I say, hey man, we all ain't been through it. We been through divorces and money and all kind of shit. Come on, man. We was on the most popular label in the game, and the nigga woke up in the morning and said, we out of here. We all had to deal with that. When you look at shit like that. Like, from us to TLC to Tony Braxton and everybody, just imagine that, bro. Yeah. Just imagine being on Epic right now and see over your call, everybody say, Epic closed. Y'all got figured out. It's like, hey, man, I don't care who on there popping. It's going to take them a minute to figure it out. Yeah. So, for me personally, I'm cool with myself. I'm great. I'm cool. My niggas cool. My niggas here. You know what I mean? Niggas don't even know what it's like to 1 minute be with your homeboy, next minute be in the hospital and my nigga leg cut off. You know what I mean? You don't. People don't know the emotional shit we ain't been through. Yeah. That, and we still had to goddamn get out there and do it. We still had to, you know, niggas don't know niggas try to kidnap one of us. You know what I mean? Niggas don't know, like, niggas don't know the shit we had to do and had to protect ourselves at the same time, trying not to kill nobody because we were trying not to mess up the good thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why I know people don't bother us, man. Man, it's enough stories out here in these streets, man. Like, I don't give a fuck who you run with, who you with, man. I mean, hey, man, we ain't it ain't nothing we ain't came up against and then defeated. Yeah. So, for us, it's like, everybody just have fun. Yep. And don't diss niggas. Because if you ever diss niggas, then you'll give a nigga a real reason to end your halfway career. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, nigga might be a little older, but hey, man, I don't mean nigga can't goddamn whoop. This shit always been about your tongue. Yeah. And you niggas ain't smart. Not as me. You ain't read nothing. Exactly. That's why y'all content don't go too far. Just stay in a 4-block radius. Yeah. The whole album. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm never dissing you. Yeah. I'm just saying, man, don't come for niggas that's been the smartest gangsters. Yeah. Don't come for them. Cause hey man, you don't know what come along with that. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't know what come along with that because our frustration, man, you might get somebody else frustration, man. You know what I mean? You've been holding this bag for a long time. Oh, you want to get it? Oh, you get it. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the only thing to keep it. It's hard. It's like, I can't go hang out in the certain places no more, bro. Like, I just can't.
How is that for you, though, Gipp, when you become Gipp and you done grew up in Atlanta like that, but you just know it ain't the same no more?
I just know don't put yourself in situations to make you have to show a nigga. You know what I mean? It's like, man, come on, my nigga. Go back to them old videos. Look at our eyes. Do we look like we were the one to play with? So, shit, you gonna die quicker now because I got kids. I gotta go back home. So it's like, I got to do you, my nigga. Yeah. And guess what? My name a little bit better than yours in the city, pimp. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a little help where you ain't. I mean, when they put me in Wright Street, and I had on all my jewelry and everything, they could do nothing to me, man. I was like, hey, man, I know everything in here. Everybody know me. You can't do nothing to me, y'all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's why I say I've already been under them pressures. I already had to take them pressures, gun charge, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? I already did all that. Yeah. So right now, having to try and reprove some shit to you, man, come on, man. This shit way softer than what I know. Y'all boy got on girl clothes, man. And I came through this thing. It was Dickies and Crocker sacks, man. It was gold teeth and no cell phone, bro. When it first started, it was just on the beeper. So I come from town with, it ain't about no talking, man. It's about action. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of this shit be going all this internet. Oh, nigga. Oh, nigga. And I'm sitting up here like, not one nigga said, hey, my nigga, West End Park, nigga. Hey, my nigga, Piedmont Park, nigga, on the backside, by the goddamn water, man. We can get it on all day. Ain't that nigga said pull up. Like, like, so that's why I be looking at shit like, man, this shit NWA, man. Yeah, like, this shit WWF, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Cause in our day, bro, it wasn't nothing. You know, like, come on, man. Them made Doug fights every Sunday at Piedmont Park. We trying to catch a nigga from Doug. Like, you know what I mean? We trying to go down the high tower and catch a nigga. He caught you. You know what I mean? Like, and then for me, it was double for me because I went to Woodland. Mm-hmm. I was from Fulton County. I got kicked out in 9th grade. Ooh. I beat up a 12th grader in 9th grade, got kicked out of Fulton County, had to come to Atlanta public school. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was coming from Fulton County, Washington, Martell Home, Russell High School, Banneker, all that over there on the south side. Man, it was always action on that Old National, you know what I mean? So for me, I was like, shit, there ain't nothing. We over here in the Atlanta school system now. Yeah. It's about Harper, nigga, Thera, nigga, you know what I mean? Zop, the fellas, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, I'm used to this. This is all good.
Exactly.
So that's why I say at this point, it's like, the game to me is where the game need to be. Yeah. It need to be like this. But I just wish I would see more reflection of what's really going on than this fantasy shit, man. Exactly. That's all, man. And we're going to keep putting out music. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to move on over into the TV and keep getting back into that TV, man. I really love TV, man. That's what my thing is. And I'm going to start really, really writing some of these stories down so some of the old Atlanta and the things that y'all hear, y'all can get to see it in movie form. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to take my writing talents other places and put it other places, man, so we can keep the true and living essence of Atlanta alive. You know what I mean? Because, man, I don't want people to be knowing our city for this and that and the other. I'm just like, man, that's the out-of-town folk, man. I don't even know. I be like, y'all going to these clubs. Most of these folk ain't from around here, man. And on top of that, you can ask the people in them clubs, where y'all from? Oh, boy, they ain't from around here. Because right now, Atlanta went back to how Atlanta used to be. Niggas partying in their neighborhoods now. It's back. The niggas on the east side partying on the east side. Niggas on the west side staying at Blue Flame. Yeah. They'll look down the street and down the corner, but they gonna fuck with Blue Flame. You know what I mean? Southside niggas, we gonna goddamn hit on, we gonna do our little thing in between. Yeah. But it's like, hey man, like, come on, man, everybody back out on Old National, man. Y'all see how hot it is out in these streets, man. Niggas getting popped in broad daylight, man. Yeah. And you think it's for player you want to now. And see, that's my to me, that's my playground. Like, I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, I sold dope at Dixie Hill, nigga. I was Dixie Hill and the Miami niggas on the other side. And us against Herner Holmes, shoot out at night. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, man, come on, man, I'm not tripping. I come from the days of goddamn White Boy Keith and JoJo. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So with that, and it's like, I can take whatever they can dish out. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I just really wish the industry would put people like us in power. Because, man, it's just so sad to just see all these individuals come from out of town, and just because they got money or they some street cat, y'all mess with them instead of putting Atlanta nigga over that shit. It's like, it's kind of like, it's still bullshit. It's like, we are the nucleus. Why we can't control our thing? When New York was the nucleus, all New York niggas was in control. All New York artists was in control. You know what I mean? Yep. And it's with Atlanta, it's like, we got to share our shit or we ain't cool.
I think it was the hospitality that messed it up, Gipp, because I think we were so hospitable to the point where folks got finessed.
Well, no, the wrong folk got finessed. Not the ones that really do it, because the ones that knew us didn't try and come finesse us. They finessed where they knew we wasn't. Mm. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know, we couldn't put everybody on. I mean, if it was up to us, everybody would have came through us. You know what I mean? Everybody was brought to us. We've seen everybody. Poon brought Ludacris over there. I mean, everybody brought everybody over there during that time. So anything that came after us is like, shit. It's like, damn, I'm sorry we couldn't turn you on. We couldn't turn everybody on. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we did the best we could. We represented for everybody. First time we put first time T.I. was ever on TV, we did it. We never cared. You know what I mean? We never cared about what it meant. It was all about growth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Our only era that we was kind of disconnected was the BMF era, because we was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel you, but you know what I mean? Like, police, don't nobody do it like this. Y'all crazy. You know what I mean? And how many niggas went to jail? You know what I mean? So, I mean, the whole buckhead different from that era. Like, we used to all go party at the Chaos and
Street backed all the way up.
Man, the World Club, we just jamming. Them niggas went up there and tore our life up. And you too, Ray Lewis, nigga, came and messed Atlanta nightlife up, man, with y'all crazy. Saying you all on TV the other night talking about something. Man, you sound like a real duck on TV, man. Like, that's the kind of, that when I see these black athletes and these black dudes get rich and then get up here and try and act like they ain't, like we supposed to just be some old turn cheek old, we ain't supposed to do nothing wrong. We supposed to act like them. Act like who? Once you get your money, I thought that's freedom. Exactly. Now niggas get rich and they still can't do nothing. They can't do nothing, can't say nothing out the norm. Or, hey, they know that they take that dollar, you just gonna ball up. But what about when they know that don't matter? That's when you're a real threat.
Come on now.
Rest of that, when they know that you don't give a fuck about their awards and their accolades, now that's when you're a real threat. That's when they be like, oh, keep that nigga out the building. He crazy. you gonna fuck it all up. You gonna fuck it all up. So, yes, you know, it's like that, my nigga. And I brought you that new record. I just did a record with Bun B, a dude named Temple from Alabama. The girl named DJ Unique, she's from L.A. She's Talib Shabazz old lady. You know, she's on Priority. Yep. Also, I did a little record with a dude, a little artist from Columbus called Lil Newt. Yeah. I messed with Lil Newt, the Weight record, you know what I mean? I just been staying out here. I just did another little song with Mitchie Slick, Compton Menace. Yeah. You know, Half Ounce, you know what I mean? Like, I got records, man. I got a real dope record with Scotty ATL, man. I can't wait till y'all hear his new project, man. Okay. He went in and sat down with Organized Noise, Yoda, and, man, they really put a great project together for Scotty, man. And I just want to let everybody know, man, I'm with y'all, man. I support y'all. I am who y'all are, and I love y'all, man. Like I want everybody in Atlanta to win. Everybody over there in Kirkwood. Future album just went platinum today. The Future record, and congratulations to him. You know what I mean? And everybody over there in Kirkwood, they doing their thing. I got to tip my hat to Big Bank. Them, they doing their thing. Who else? Lucci, Fly. I gotta say, y'all doing y'all thing, man, and everybody just being successful right now, And I'm gonna say it again before I leave, man. The time being on top is so much shorter than the time it took to get there. So enjoy yourself and take care of the people that take care of you, man. Because when these big lights ain't on and your name ain't on the marquee, at least keep people around you that really love you and not around you for the lifestyle, because that's all it is, a lifestyle. And I'm really cool right now because me being where I am, man, I get to chill with my folks. Like, you gotta understand, I've been on the road since I've been 16, 17 years old doing this rap. So me being able to sit back and enjoy my mom and dad and stuff like that, and my little girl, that's where my heart is right now. Like, and that's the greatest thing, because when you get to hear your folks say, man, you been gone, man. Yeah. You been gone. We've been here a lot of nights, boy. You been gone, boy. And all over the world with Nelly and your group, Mary Wells, boy, we ain't seen you have the birthday. I miss so many people's birthdays and everything, man. So I'm enjoying Atlanta and the growth of Atlanta, man. And I just want us as a city just to keep going up, man, and don't turn backwards, man. And don't let outside influences try and control our culture, man. Like, this shit, they used to say this shit was a fad. They used to say they need Atlanta we weren't never supposed, bro, we didn't beat everybody at this game, man. Like, at the end of the day, bro, it ain't popping unless it come through here.
Yeah.
It ain't popping, bro. And everybody who get the popping, boy, they get the living right here.
That's right.
So that just tells me one thing, man, that we are it, and we will continue to be it as long as we keep stretching out. And that's why you got to tip your hat to the Lil Uzis and the Kendricks and everybody who pushing the envelope, because some people that push it, they pushing and they know what they doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know what I mean? That's always cool when you pushing boundaries and you know what you're doing. That's what make it cool. So as long as everybody stay cool and stay supporting each other, man, that's what I want to see. And let's be careful who you bring into this life, because this is just like the streets. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you see, man, we are the targets now, man. There's so many people around here dying and getting set up, man, off what people perceive that you got. You know what I mean? So, do your thing, man, but it's a limit to everything. And it's just like this. Daddy told me a long time ago. He said, hey, man, you keep on knocking on the right door, man, they gonna come see you. You know what I mean? So with that, man, y'all be safe, man, and just know money brings jealousy and envy. And sometimes, and most of the time, it's gonna bring murder. So you have to be very much aware of what you bring around you and what you put around yourself, because it's taking a lot of us out, by thinking that you still in the street. You gotta understand, once you start being on TV and all that, you ain't in the street no more. You know what I mean? So what you think is you putting the energy out for one person, it's almost like it's 30 more people that's picking that energy up and feeling like you talking to them. Mm-hmm. So you have to be aware of your surroundings and be aware of the energy you put out here in the universe. And I want to tell everybody too, anybody that watch my Twitter, a lot of people watch my Instagram and be thinking that I might be personal or bitter about it. It's like, hi, I'm not personal or bitter about this shit. I'm just telling the truth. It seems like you tell the truth in these days, motherfucker think you negative. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you negative because you tell the truth? Like, you negative because you got a different opinion? I'm not negative, motherfucker. Like, I'm just saying that shit don't add up. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, like, don't let nobody stop you from speaking your mind. And I'd rather stand outside by myself knowing I'm right than standing in a house full of wrong niggas.
Come on, man.
I stand by myself.
Gipp. Appreciate you coming through this thing, my dog.
Thank you for having me, B-High.
No problem, man. B-High Radio Shout. It's out 107.9, man. Let's go.